different clouds. I worked on GCP. I worked on AWS. I worked on GCP cloud. I worked on AWS, and I worked on Azure. But yes, so before going to start this, you have to understand what is cloud and what is the difference between GCP and AWS, right? And today we can see, we'll create one server or we can create one VM in AWS, and we will see the procedure, and steps, and also we'll share the document to you how to migrate to the GCP. So I will show you today the procedure. And yes, so here, yes, so before going to understand, yes, we need to understand what is cloud, right? So so cloud is nothing but the server management in remote places. For example, so instead of maintaining your own computers, for example, so you purchase some servers and you are maintaining. For example, there is a client, you purchase it two servers, right? And you are maintaining in a separate room or separate data center. So this is your own. So, but here we have some cloud service providers like GCP, AWS, and Azure. They are providing a set of resources with the different services. So they have their own infrastructure in the data center. For example, consider this is one of the data center, how it will look like. So the cloud data centers will look like this. So they have some large servers, they have some infrastructure, and they are giving us for rent. Here in the cloud, you need to pay only if you are using, right? If you are using, based on that. So here, cloud service providers are the main important cloud service providers are these are cloud service providers. And what is cloud? What is cloud computing is nothing but, so instead of using our own resources, we are going to use cloud service provider resources, right? We can say our servers are in remote places. So instead of using our own computers, so we are using remote servers or virtual. Why? Because it's virtual. We're not seeing physically, but those are exist in the data centers of cloud service providers. So the GCP is managed by Google. So Google Cloud Platform. And we have AWS, so which is managed by Amazon Web Services, and we have Azure. So Microsoft, it is from Microsoft. We can say it's a Microsoft Azure, right? So we have other also IBM, Oracle also, they have their own data center, own clouds, and Oracle Cloud is there, and we have Alibaba Cloud, right? Some third-party clouds are there. So yes, so right now the migrations are very, very important in the organizations. So what are the different kind of migrations we have? So right now, few companies are having own data centers. So for example, so this is also one of the own data center. So if you want, you can move it to any cloud, like you can move it to AWS, you can move it to Azure, you can move it to GCP, right? So this performance, this thing, we can say on premises, that means your own data center, to any cloud, AWS, GCP, Azure, right? So they have their own servers, right? We have our own servers. We are migrating to any one of the cloud here, right? So these are the different clouds. So we can migrate our own servers to on-premises to any cloud. So for that, we will use some data sync. We'll use data sync service in AWS, and we'll use some data migrate option from the GCP. So we have, this is one of the process. We are migrating on-premises to any one of the cloud. And sometimes we are migrating cloud to cloud, AWS cloud to GCP or AWS to Azure, Azure to GCP. So in between, right? So today we can see the procedure and how it will be done, right? So we can see the AWS to GCP migration. So what I'm going to do, I will connect to one of my AWS account and I will connect to my GCP account. Okay. So if you want to connect to AWS, you can look for aws.amazon.com. You need to have your console, your account in AWS. So it will be a 12 months free account I created. So I think you have to create it. I think everyone is having. So initially it will ask for the username and password. Just click on sign in. Just go to the aws.amazon.com. Here you have to click on sign in. And here you have to provide your username and password for this migration, right? You need to create it. If you're not having account, just click on create a new AWS account. So we'll share you along with this how to create the AWS account, the document as well. So how to create it, the free 12 months account. So AWS is providing 12 months free account. So I will share this document. You need only one email ID, password, and the credit card. So here, yes, I am going to provide my email address. So as I said, so AWS is providing and GCP, any cloud is providing the resource utilization for resource sharing, everything using some services. So this is one of the service tab. If you see, so if you are coming from a database background, you can use database services. And if you are coming from a machine learning background, you can use machine learning services, right? Right. And we have a robotics. If you have a robotic requirement, you can go for the robotic services. You can use it. And yes, if you are using container, for example, Kubernetes related one. So we have Elastic Kubernetes service in AWS. So just connect to my GCP as well. So Google Cloud. Cloud.google.com. You need to click on here. So if you want an account, yes, you can click on sign up for free account. You can click it, sign up for free account. You can create your account based on your email address. And here it is 20 plus free accounts are free and $300 in free credits. So what is that? Yeah, we can discuss. So we have some monthly limits as well. And yes. Yeah. And we can create a one EC2 micro instance per month. Some restrictions are there. We can discuss in the GCP classes. So we'll have a batch. We'll let you know when it will be. And yes, so if you don't have an account, just create it. So you can sign up here. Actually, I directly connected. That's why it is showing like this. So if you, yes, I will open an incognito window. Yes, get started for free. You need to click on here. So here you need to provide your email address, and it will ask you your credit card and debit card for the first time creation. They will deduct some ₹2 similar to the AWS. So once it is created, so how to sign in? Yes, I already have an account. I just want to sign in directly. I already signed in with my Gmail because it's connected to the Google, right? So I just want to go to console. So the GCP look like this. Okay. So So here I have some projects. So what today we are going to see. So here in GCP, we have a service called Compute Engine Service. There we will create our servers. So what we are going to do it today, see today. So we will create one server in AWS. This is AWS account, and this is my GCP account. So I will create one EC2 instance here, and I will create this same EC2 instance in GCP. I will just migrate it. So this is my AWS EC2 instance, and this is my GCP. So we'll use some CloudEnse is one of the tool for migrating the server, right? So how to migrate this server from AWS to GCP? Yes, we'll see that today. We'll create one EC2 instance in AWS, and we will install some sample application there. And yes, at GCP level, we'll use Compute Engine is one of the service. So for server creation in AWS level, we'll use one of the service called EC2. In GCP, we'll use one of the service called Compute Engine is one of the service. So yes, so VM instances. Okay, if you want to click on here, VM instances, you can see any servers are running or not, right? Yes. So I have one of my server which is in suspended state, which is in deletion state. So let's see. Yes. So if you want to create a server in GCP, you can click on here, create instance, and you have to select the options. You have to select where, in which zone, which region, or which place you want to create. Yes, you can select here and the instance name and where you want to create and which type of family you want to create and the RAM size for the server, right? That's it. So remaining are optional. And what is firewall? Yes, everything we can discuss. So you can simply allow it and you can create a instance in GCP. So this is the instance name, and general purpose is one of the type of RAM. So RAM size 4 GB I selected, and the instance name I mentioned instance 1, and that's it. So we can simply create. We have the option of create. You can see here the instance VM instance 1. Yes, it's in creation process. If you see. Today, what we can discuss, we can use AWS EC2 service. There we will create one server. Yes. So currently, I don't have any servers here. So this is my AWS, right? Here, I have some Jenkins servers. What I want to do, I want to create one application server. So I will show you the procedure, how to migrate it. So just, yes, if you want to create in AWS server, you can click on launch instance. So here, yes, so how we have see the options in GCP, right? While creating, if you see same options. So which region you want to create and the name of the instance and region and general purpose or compute, which RAM size, right? And firewall, right? Similarly, we have the same kind of settings in the AWS. So if you see same, so if you want to create instance, so you can go to EC2 instance service. There you can click on launch instance. We have some 7 options to create. So what we can do, we can create it now. I just want to create one Amazon Linux instance, Linux server. This is the OS selection, the first option, just select it. And we have T2.micro, which is one of my RAM size. I just want to go with 1 GB. So just configure instance details. And yes, so these are some optional details. How many number of instances you want to create, right? I just want only one. And what about these all options? Yes. So these are, yes, we will cover. These all are in AWS sessions. So AWS classes. So what is this enable termination protection? What is this IAM role? What is shutdown behavior? Right. And what is this user data? And what is this subnet? What is this assign public IP? Networking VPC? Right. We will cover this in separately in AWS classes. Okay, and add storage. So here, right, the storage, SSD or HDD, which one you want to add it for your server, 8 GB or 20 GB. Yes, you can click on add text. So here you need to provide the name of the server. This is my live migration server. You can click on configure security group. Right. Here, security is not group is nothing but enabling the access, enabling the port access for the application. So, for example, if you want to connect to this Linux server, yes, you need to open this 22 port, which is SSH. Right, you need to open the port SSH for the EC2 instance or a Linux server. Any Linux server, you need to open 22 for connection. And right now, I want to install some HTTPD application in this server. That is HTTP port I need to open because I want to install one of the web server, a website I want to launch it. Yes, 80 port. Right, I have opened it. Just what is 0.0.0.0? This is for the public access we are providing. So outside people can also access this one. Just review. All right, review is nothing but what are the options you have selected as of now. Just launch this, and you have to have. We are using one of the key pair as a one of the file as a password in the AWS. So once you created a server, you need a username and password to connect to this server, right? So in AWS, we are using the key pair. So just launch the instance. I have this file, T file in my downloads. So view instances. So this is my live migration server, right? We'll migrate this server. We'll see the procedure, right? We'll migrate it from AWS to GCP. So yeah, you will get this documentation for AWS account creation, and you will get this GCP, right? Step-by-step procedure, how to migrate from AWS to GCP. You will get this documentation as well, right? So now, yes, so what we can do. So yes, our live migration server is ready. So we can connect to this server and we can install some sample application in it, and we can see that the application as well. Just click on connect. Just use EC2 instance connect. I just want to connect to this Linux server. As a user, EC2 user is the username. I just want to connect to this from the direct AWS console. Right, I am in the Linux server. So which Linux platform you selected? Amazon Linux. And if you want to see that, you can use this file. Cat is the command for listing the files. /etc os-release. Yes, this is my Amazon Linux, right, server. So what I want to do, I want to install some sample HTTPD web application. Further, you can run yum install HTTPD -y. Y is for yes. Sudo is we are providing administrator permission or root permission for this EC2 user, and we are using yum is one of the packaging tool, and we are trying to install HTTPD is one of the package. Just click on enter. Right now the HTTPD is installed. So Linux is one of the multi-programming, right? Multitasking, right? So you can run multiple applications. You can you can use it for multiple users also, Linux. So for every application, you have to run some command to start the application. So the HTTP application is running on systemctl HTTPD service. You need to start this service. So systemctl, we have to provide root permission. Now it is started. Let's see the test page, how it is look like. Is the test page. We are going to install one sample application in it. So we are going to see, this is one of my project. I mean, this is one of my course repositories where you can find out my course details and everything. So I will, yes, I will install this sample application code, sample website code in my server. Okay. I just want to copy this entire code to the server. So here is the server. So you can use, yes, my code is in Git. This is one of my Git repository, GitHub, right? You need to install the same Git in the server level as well. We have to run yum install git hyphen. We'll provide these commands. So our chart, you can use it. So what we are going to do it now, we are going to copy this entire code to the server level. So how to copy? Just copy the URL. So I will share this one. So yes, so we have to copy it. You can use sudo. Git is one of the tool. We just installed Git some 2.32 version. Git clone is the command, and you can use the link of the Git repo. The Git repository is nothing but one storage location, one folder we can say. And I would like to copy it to where www.html is the location for your web page, right? Your test web page is running on this. So on this location, that's why you can see this web page. So just copy the entire code to this location, right? Whenever you did the configuration changes, so where you copied, you're copied to the where www.html. So here you can see your files, right? So I just want to move these commands to any other folder. So yes, we have the entire website files in this location, website folder in this location. So we need to restart your HTTPD because you copied the commands, copied the entire code. So systemctl restart HTTP. If you see here, just refresh. So earlier, yes, it is having some test page. You copied entire code to this location, right? The server level. Now we can see the same, right? You can see the application here, the website here in this location. So what we are going to do it now, we'll follow the steps to migrate this live migration server to the GCP, right? So yes. So to follow that, so you have to create some credentials. You have to create some credentials in the GCP. So you have to create a project in the GCP level. I already created it. So if you want to create a project, so you need to create a project like this. Just click on this project name. Here you need to mention that. So this is my AWS to GCP migration, right? AWS to GCP. Just click on it. Yeah, location is optional. So you can create a project like this. So if you see the project creation is in process, right? So you can go to that particular project, just click on here. Right. So if you want to, use the compute engine API calls for migration process, you have to enable this compute engine API once you created the project. If you want to run any virtual machines on the GCP, you have to enable this compute engine API. Just enable this, right? So enable compute engine API. So once it is done, you can start creating the credentials. You can start creating the credentials for this migration process. So how to create it? So you can create a service account and the credentials under the API and services tab. So if you go here, still it is in, yes, enabling process. Let's write. Yes. So now it is done. It is enabled, right? So here you need to go to, yes, if you want to import any VM from other like AWS or Azure, you have to click on import VM option. You have to click on import VM. You need to click on begin import. So yes, so you need to enable the APIs as well. So just enable it. Just go to the deployment manager, deployment migration manager. You need to click on here. And just try to, yes. So here it is the configuration for the migration manager. We are using migration manager. There we are using one of the software called Cloud Endure, and we have Wellstorata. So it's one of the tool. So we migration tool, or we can say migration manager. So today we can see the Cloud Endure is one of the tools. So whenever you got entry questions, like which tool you use for importing the VM from AWS to Azure, or sorry, GCP to AWS to GCP, or Azure to GCP, you can say Cloud Endure. Cloud Endure is one of the tool import cloud and on-premises with a simplicity of managing migration service. So you can migrate your instances to the cloud engine using Cloud Endure. Okay, and you can tell them whenever you got any entry questions. And yes, you can say yes. Just click on connect. So yes, migration manager. So we have to create a VM for that. So you have to click on migration manager VM. I just want to name this one, say migration. Yeah, you can select the region and the migration version image manager. Don't give any spaces like this. Just yes, underscore is also enough. You can make it in one. Okay, so fine. Let's provide the zone as well. What is availability zone? What is region? Yes, we can discuss on our courses. And machine type. Yes, I use some 15 GB memory server, and I want to use the default network. What is network? Also, we can discuss. So as I said, you need to create the service account, right? As I said here, I told you, you need to create a service account for this migration for GCP to, I mean, AWS to GCP integration. So we'll create a service account. As I said here, you need to create a service account. The service account will have the credentials for the connection. So we create a service account, just create it. How to create? So we have the option called APIs and services. Just click on here. We have a credentials option. So you can click on here. Right here you can see the credentials. So you can click on create credentials. Yes, I want to create a service account. So you can create from here as well. And while creating the migration server, here also you can create it. So let's go down. Here also you can create it. For example, AWS to GCP migration, and yes, description also same, and which will get this required permissions for the migration, and you can create a service set. And yes, this is the cloud extensions we are creating here for extension of between our GCP and AWS. Just create it. So this is also same. I just want to provide. You can use same, or you can create another account. Just create it on the service account as well. So yeah, migration manager username and password, migration manager instance. So just use the default ones, or you can generate it from the GCP as well, or you can provide your username and password. Yes. So now these are the settings you have selected. The migration VM instance. Just create. So you can follow the same steps, right? The creation of service account, right? You can create like this, and the migration instance as well. Now let's see our service account. Just click on here. Yes. Yeah, we have a standard documentation for the service account. You can go through this. What is service account? And yeah, we'll have a clear understanding in our courses. And right. So if you see, so this is the thing we have created the service account. And here you have to generate the key. So we'll pass this key in the server level. So we can create a key JSON format key. Yes, we can copy this one. And we will use this key for the migration process, right? So you have to create the JSON key, JSON format key, and once it is created, so how to start? Yes, this is your service account which we created, and if you want to import the instance from AWS to GCP, yes, we have the import option, right? We have the import option. You have to click on there. Just go to the EC2, I mean, the compute engine. Here we have VM instances. So if you want to migrate anything, yes, we have the import option. Just click on here, and you can click on begin import. Actually, this is not my enterprise one. So this is my free account. So we'll not have that option. So I will show you the procedure you can follow. So we'll have cloud endure. Whenever you click on the option import VM, you can see the cloud endure is one of the service. You can select that. So there, yes, you can generate your GCP credentials again, and you can use the cloud project ID, and you can choose the file. So where you generated, right? We have to provide that file. This file will be look like this. If you see, we just created one file. This is the one, right? So just provide. So which will have the service account name and which will have the project ID, which will have the private key we generated, right? And this is the private key information. And finally, the client, I mean the service account and the client ID, your GCP account ID, the authorization URL and token URL, the provider name, everything will mention here. So, and at the, yes. So once the GCP credentials are uploaded and we have replication settings. So here you have to provide the replication setting. You can leave it as it is. And the machine categories in the cloud endure. Yes. The server level, you have to go and you have to install this cloud endure software. So I will share the document. So how to install cloud endure in the Linux server and right. Just connect to the server, already connected, right? So connect to the same server and just pass this cloud endure commands. So yes, the migration servers from AWS to Azure, which will be started. So which will take some time. And finally, your server will be under the migration part in the machines section. And yes, so you can see your application, whatever the application you are running at the end. Actually here, yes, we are using some Apache, I mean the basic one, but I showed you some sample website creation as well. You can practice this. You can practice. I will share some commands as well. So what I did. So if it is a normal EC2 instance migration, right? You can follow these commands. You can follow this document. I will share the document and AWS account creation document as well. So, and if it is a complete migration, for example, if it is a AWS, in AWS there is a application, Ruby server application is running, and it is integrated with MySQL Aurora, and we have an application load balancer. And if you want to migrate it from this server AWS to Google Cloud, so if it is a Kubernetes Kubernetes is running on the Google Cloud, so we can use Istio is one of the application. Istio is one of the tool for migration for the networking portion. So we'll use some microservices like containers, and we will use the same Ruby running on one server. And so here we are using Aurora MySQL. As per GCP, there is one service called Cloud SQL, and here the connection portion we are using VPN, virtual private network. So we'll see that in the GCP sessions as one of the project. So the AWS to GCP, the complete migration. And the main difference between AWS and GCP is based on service names only. And the configuration, like if it is a AWS, we are calling it as S3. In GCP, we are calling it as a cloud storage. So in compute, yes. So we have serverless computing. That means, so no need to create a server. So we can directly run Lambda functions. And in GCP, we are calling it as cloud functions as well. So, and also, yeah, some differences between the GCP and Azure. And yes, just try this one. Just try. Maybe yes, in the organization you will get the option. So you will get the chance to do that, because these are some free accounts, right? So what you can do, you can follow that same document, and you can create. We can migrate one VM to one instance from AWS to GCP, and yes. So let's have some doubts session. So any doubts, guys? Any doubts?
Hey, Narendra here.
Hi, Narendra.
Rajan.
Hi.
Without a service account, we cannot move it, right? Only the service account should be enabled. Then only you can move.
Yeah. Actually, we need the permissions, right, to migrate. So here we are creating one service account, and we are adding the permissions for migration. Okay. So without service account, so we can't, but we can use some third-party tools in between. So the better option, the better way is using service account within the cloud level only. It will provide it will have a complete security for us.
But for practice wise, we can't do it, right? Only when when service account is will be available in the practice, is it possible that we can create a service account?
We created, right? One just now we created a service account. You see, we created using API services. I created it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. And what are the enabled services? What are the APIs? You can see in this section.
Hello. Good morning, Raju.
Hi, good morning. Sanjay.
Raju, uh, we have seen this migration process, how we will move, we will migrate from AWS to GCP. Okay.
Yes.
So, but will be the backend calculations and price wise balance happen when we move from AWS to GCP. There will be some limitations of data storage and for data storage, and also some price variation. So
Yeah.
how we do these calculations at backend when we decide to move from AWS to GCP?
Yeah. So if it is a, yes, if it is a AWS, we have a cross cost calculator, and if it is a GCP, also we have a cost calculator, and we just calculate. Actually, for example, if you have a number of instances one, and you want to, if you want to use a CentOS, so this is the cost calculator for the. Actually, the solution architects will have this one, so they will play with this calculator. Okay, and they will estimate, for example, create estimation. So I want to use some EC2. So I want to use the Linux. I want to go with some 4 CPU, 16 GB RAM. Okay, that means, yeah, T4.x class. I want only one, right? Let's see what is the price for this. Some 64 USD dollars per month. Let's see the same thing in the GCP as well. So I want to go with some 4 CPU, 16 GB, right? Same one I selected here as well. 4 CPU, 16 GB, and the remaining is same, standard persistent volume. Fine. Yeah, which is enough, right? So let's go down. Some 97 USD dollars. So here, yes, it is charging some. You missed some options there as well. So here it is 64 USD dollars, and here it is some 97. So we added some additional options as well, 730 total hours. So yes, based on the region also it will change, and yes, we added some additional settings. So let's see. So yeah, mostly, yeah, we'll use this at the backend level. So if it is a RDS instance, we'll check for the RDS as well. So my estimation level, AWS price calculator. If it is a database RDS, as I said, if it is a, yes, MySQL RDS server, right? The pricing must be some per month. It is some 2,367 USD dollars based on the options you select. Okay, mostly we'll use this pricing calculators I shared with you already. Just post your, yeah, email addresses to the management, and they will share. They will, otherwise you can post your email address. So we'll share the migration document. We'll share the migration document, and yes, the AWS creation document, and these important links like pricing calculators, right? And if you have any batch, yes, we are going to start a new batch for the GCP. So we'll let you know when it will be started, and we'll keep on updating you, like, so the batch starting. And if you have any seminars like this, or if any workshops like this, yes, we'll inform. Any doubts?
Hello.
Yeah, Raju. Actually, in AWS, we are using some type of Linux,
Hello.
Amazon Linux. Then, what will be the possibility at the Google Cloud Platform?
There is nothing separately. Yeah, we can use Red Hat, we can use Ubuntu, and we can use CentOS while creating the server in. Yes, we can use Compute Engine, right? So here VM instances level.
I mean to say,
There is no
Amazon Linux.
special. There is no special thing for the. I mean. Okay. For GCP.
Hello, sir. This is Shubham.
Hi.
Actually, sir, I got one assignment, like I have to store one CSV file in cloud storage in GCP, and I have to write one cloud function in Python or Node.js, and I want to dynamically write the data in BigQuery. Sir, Python.
Your good name?
Shubham.
Shubham. Okay. Okay.
Sir, actually, how can we do, like, in cloud function? How should we write cloud function? So that was
what you can do, just approach the team. I mean, approach the management. I will share his number, and yes, regarding the tasks and everything, yeah, you can check. You can ping him. They will take me into the conference, and there we can discuss that. And I have to see your, I mean, the architecture and the current environment what you are using. So then only I can suggest. Okay. So just take my number, otherwise from the management. So his name is Kalyan.
Kalyan.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, definitely will support you. Will support.
So is there any new GCP data engineer batch?
Yeah, actually we are going to start by end of next week.
Okay. So all these topics were covered in that batch.
Yeah, we'll cover GCP 15 plus services, so admin level. Okay. And for AWS also we are doing the same. We are covering 15 plus services for that in the course as well.
Okay. So there is a lot of coding is there in GCP, or
there is no coding required. Actually, there is no coding required. You need some scripting knowledge.
Yes, but I required some Python that day to dynamically write data in BigQuery. So that is
for Python. Actually, we will have a Python with the Terraform course. So yeah, we will start at this end of this month mostly. Okay. Python with Terraform and Kubernetes and Docker, one batch only for the Kubernetes and Docker. Yeah.
Sir, I got technology as GCP, so I want GCP.
GCP, I will cover only GCP. So will not add anything. GCP with GK, I mean Kubernetes engine, and 15 plus other services, admin level services. You can talk with management. They will share the course content and everything.
Okay, thank you.
Hello. This is Deepati here. Yeah. So I have one question, right? We have created some security rule groups in the AWS actually. So when we are migrating it into the Google Cloud Platform, so that security.
Yeah, that security we have to provide. And once it is created, and before also we can create that. Yeah, good question.
Okay, we need to create here, I mean, separately in the GCP.
Yeah, we need to create separately in the GCP. So for the migration engine, migration instance, I provided that. If you say I accepted the firewall rules, there we need to provide it. And after creation also, we can change it based on our requirement.
Okay, so whatever in the AWS we have created, that will be not moved here as a same
No,
rule.
no, that will not move. That will be not
Okay.
moved at all. Yeah.
Okay, okay. And if we are using some DB, I mean the DynamoDB as per say in the AWS, so that will be also not be accessible, right? I mean, if we want to access that DB from the GCP, is it possible from that service?
Yeah, everywhere the port numbers is common. 33006 for the. I mean, the port number is common for the databases, so it will be moved. So it will be automatically opened.
Okay, okay, that will be migrate. Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
automatic.
okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, thanks. That was.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Raju, Jagdish here. So, what are the prerequisites needed for this course? GCP.
Prerequisite for the.
No. To learn the GCP, what is the prerequisite?
Yeah. Actually, there is no prerequisite for this. So we'll start with the Linux basics, and then we'll move to the GCP, and yeah, we'll give that basics of Linux before going to start the GCP. So no prerequisite for the separate for this course. We'll provide the prerequisites, and we'll start from the scratch on.
Okay, like Salesforce, we have admin and development modules. Like the GCP is also having like any kind of admin separate module and development separate module.
Yes, there is separate. As I said, that's why I'm covering some 15 plus admin level services. So there is a separate developer service as well. So in AWS also same. So we have developer services, and we have, if you see, developer tools.
Oh, so this part of course is covering admin services, right? 15.
Yeah, we'll cover only admin service. Okay. And developer level, only one service, that's Lambda will cover. Okay. In GCP, that name is some GCP functions as some of the, someone, don't know his name. Yes. So yes, Subham. Yeah, as Subham said, yes, GCP functions will be there for the for developer portion.
Okay, so you are not covering that one, right? GCP functions.
I told you I covered that. Only GCP functions in the developer service. I will cover only that one only, and we have others as well. But yeah, it will be vast. It will be some large topic to cover. Okay, so it is only for admin level. Okay.
Yeah, Linux is sufficient for this, right?
Yes, Linux is sufficient. We'll take some 5 to 6 classes on only Linux.
Because I'm a Java developer, so
okay.
How it will be helpful for me? What your suggestion?
Your Java, what are the experience you have?
Almost 8 years I have Java.
Yes.
With microservices I'm working.
Yeah, better to have that. So it's an added advantage. So if you are doing any development over GCP, it is an added advantage. So yeah.
So development module only I can't do, right? Only I need to first initially learn the admin, and then only I can go to development side.
This is not a kind of thing like you want to go to the development, then admin, not like that. And most of the people now choosing the admin only because it's no coding required for that, right? So no, everyone is looking for that, and the rate of the market for the AWS admin is more. If you see, and GCP admin is more right now in the market.
Oh, okay.
So fine, everyone.
Raju, Narendra here. I have one query. Actually, I created a Google account. When I try to configure with paid card, it is not allowing me. I tried with 2 to 3 cards, but unfortunately, I'm not able to log in, and I get the console window. So
yeah, is the 2 rupees deducted or not deducted?
No, it is not deducted.
So the problem with your card only, so you have to check with the SBI or if it whatever the bank it is. So you need to enable your domestic deductions. Okay, and you can send the SMS also, or you can check with the particular customer care of the bank. Okay, that is the only issue. So if it is not deducted, means yeah, your card is not supporting the domestic transactions. Or just check with them. So which is fine.
Same
It
error
will.
occurred with me. I have enabled my international transaction and it is done. And standing restriction, there is one option in ICIC, standing restriction. I cleared all.
Yeah.
So after,
Now it is working, right?
yeah, it is working.
Yeah.
Can you help me? I am also having the ICICI debit card only, but I'm
Yeah,
trying
you need to
on-
check with the customer care, Narendra. No one will help you.
Okay.
It's a banking related thing, right? So just you need to check with them. Please ask them to enable your domestic transactions.
Okay, fine. Thank you. So tomorrow I will do that, because when I try to practice, because I supposed to complete my certification by end of this month, so that is why I'm struggling. I'm getting some materials also. As an architect, I have to go and do some configuration on June month, so that is why. So I will talk to. If when you can start the batch as soon as possible, so that I
You
will
can
get
try.
to
You
that.
can try, and yes, yeah, you can try that.
No. What I'm saying is when you can start the batch immediately, because I want to learn immediately.
Yeah. As I said, just provide your details to the management by end of this end of the next week. We'll start that. Okay.
Is it a
What will be
weekend batch?
duration? What will
Yeah,
be the
everything.
duration?
Yes, details thing and everything. Yes, just check with the management. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, as I said, management have that every details, and you will get the course content. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, administrators. Institute
Who is it?
admins will manage those details. Everything. Okay.
Okay, fine. I will talk to them.
Yes.
Shared course content, sir. Good morning, sir. Hello, sir.
Hello. Hi, Srinivas.
Sir, good afternoon. You shared that, good morning. You shared the course content, sir.
Yeah, we'll share that. Management having that course content, and they will share with you.
Demo class, are you sure already?
I just shared his number. His name is Kalyan. Everyone, please note this one. Note this number. So, and please provide your details as well. He will share the course content and when the batch will started and at what time.
You can start as early as
What means?
no,
as early.
Yeah, as early as possible. Please start the batch, sir.
Yeah, we'll start. Just check with them. Just provide your details to them, and they will inform you when the batch is started. Okay. We'll start every weekend. We have we have the batches. Okay.
Okay. Only integration for AWS and Azure. That's enough. We need extra knowledge also, sir.
No, we'll provide you from scratch onwards. So we'll target the people who have nil knowledge, who are from IT background, who are from non-IT background, right? So no prerequisite for learning.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Raju, regarding certification and all, this course is fine for us.
Yeah. It's been 15 plus services which are fine for the certification.
Yes, sir, the GCP certification is mandatory, sir. Optional.
Not mandatory. Now the organizations are looking for the skillful persons, skill set persons, not the certifications. So if you want, yeah, you do that as a added advantage.
Okay. Fine. Thank you, sir.
Okay, guys, I have class at 11:15. It's time to log out. Sign off. So yes, just check with the management. Just note this number 9492808883. Just provide your details, email address or mobile numbers, and they will contact you whenever any new batch is started or any other seminars or any other workshops, right? So yeah, they will contact you. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Very good demo session here. Thank you.
Yeah, and you will get that material as well. Okay, I mean, you will get this workshop PDF file as well. Okay, just check with them.
Sir, currently, what classes are going in your classes, sir, in that industry?
Yeah. Okay. Fine. We'll connect.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sir?
Srinivas, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Srinivas. Yeah, I'm dealing with all the different technologies. Like I'm dealing with AWS and DevOps and Azure GCP. All batches are in middle. So we'll start a new batch in end of this week or by end of this next week.
Azure also started, sir.
Yeah, Azure also. We'll have a new batch. So I'm the trainer. We'll inform you. Just provide your details to them.
So 10 o'clock also we started.
Yeah. Just talk with the management. They will provide you the details, course content, okay, when the batch timings, everything. Okay.
Fine.
They will schedule along based on my timings, and they have my time sheet and everything. Okay. And we'll do the proxies as well, and the details, everything with the management. Just check with them. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sure. Thank you.